Come on. What are you prepared to give? God knows already. God knows. It's not a bragamony, guys. It's a testimony. That you want to know something, Brother Ollie? My pastor used to tell me. My dad used to come to my house and pick up my offering. He did. He used to come out. Son, you didn't give your offering. No, I didn't have change. You have change now? People would knock on my door. Yes, are you Pastor Gus's son? Yeah, well, he said that you have a word in your heart for me. I do? My dad would send people to my house, Brother Adrian. Your dad said that you were going to share your story with me and it was going to turn my life around. And these men would come. Come on. When my father passed away, Mr. Wheeler passed by the ministry. Now, he was a millionaire that supported my father's ministry for 5 years, and he paid his rent in the ministry for 5 years. And anything the ministry needed, he would pay. All because my father ministered to a demon-possessed daughter that he had or whatever she was dealing with. And my father ministered to her, God delivered her, and they would come to church once in a while, but they would make sure that they financed the church. Now, here's the first thing that I shook off that I shouldn't have. Ready? Mr. Wheeler came by the church, and he stopped. I had just got in an argument with my wife in front of the church, and he stopped 10 feet from me, 15 feet from me, flagged me down. I acted like I never seen him, and he drove away and never came back. And I went through the hardest pressure in the ministry financially. Listen to me. So much so that I went and turned the keys back into the landlord. I said, I can't do this no more. When all along, because I let my oppression and my anger defeat me, I couldn't see that God was sending. Come on, somebody. That God was sending a helper to bless me. I wonder how many of us today have taken the stress and we lose sight of what God is doing. Instead of rising up and opening our eyes and being ready to move when God moves. Man, I'll never make that mistake twice. I've learned in the ministry church. I've learned to see the gift in man. I've learned to love on people. You want to know why? Because you're God's prized possession. And if I can place something in your life that God has placed in me and help you get out of that hole, then not only will God give me joy because you get out of that hole, but he'll put a sense of purpose in my heart where I'm finally in my life doing something right for a change. And it becomes a joy and a peace that no man can fathom. Amen? Let's stand up today. Are you ready?